This is Kamera. Points in the Bible, day number 91, 1 Samuel chapter 18 through 20. Very interesting points. It deals with a lot of jealousy. And what do you do when you're jealous? What do you do if someone is jealous of you and you're just trying to do your job? Especially a loved one. What do you do if a loved one is jealous of you? So there's a lot of that going on. You'll see Goliath. After that Goliath and David scenario, Saul takes David under his wing, placed him in a high rank position as a commander. His son Jonathan, son Jonathan, instant immediate connection, a bond with David. He loved himself some David. David was successful in everything he did. And returning home from battle, you would have the women who created this song and music and dance, and they would sing, Saul has killed his thousands, David has killed his tens of thousands. Yeah, that didn't sit well with Saul. Saul became angry and he became jealous of David. Isn't that something? To the point that he tried to kill David a couple times. No one is above jealousy. And that's a point there, guys. If you have a problem with an issue and you can't stand a person, you don't know why, and it could be something that others may see is not that serious, check your heart. You may be jealous. If you don't see that you're jealous, ask God to show you. If he show you you're jealous, ask God to forgive you. First, you got to be bold enough to ask God to show you, because no one wants to be jealous. That's an ugly spirit, but no one's above it. So ask God to show you your truest heart. Ask him to teach you how to love that person instead. Once God shows you that you're jealous or why you have issues with that person, ask God to forgive you, and then ask him to take away that jealous spirit. Jealousy is real. It really is. But how do you deal with the person who's jealous of you? You ask God for wisdom on how to deal with that person. You still treat them with love. David still worked under Saul. Saul was afraid of David because he knew God was with him. I mean, he gave David command over thousands, and everybody loved David. Everyone in Israel, they loved David because David was successful in all his campaigns. Saul decided he come up with this plan how to get rid of David. He'll let the Philistines kill him. So he offered his daughter to marriage. The first daughter, David said no. He didn't feel worthy. The second one he allowed. He had his attendant to talk to David, and so told David that the king's price is, 100 foreskins of 100 Philistines. So yeah, because those were their enemies. And so he was fine with that. David said, that's something I can do. He was excited. And he goes and take his men. They come back with 200. So God granted him favor. David came back alive. I'm sure Saul did not like that. And this is the thing. Saul's daughter really loved herself some David. Yeah, Saul really felt like everything was against him. It was not working out like he wanted to. So Saul really knew that God was with David, and he was David's enemy for the rest of his life. But David became famous regardless. And he still did his job. He knew that his job was right where it was. And, David had to be trusting God through all of that. Yeah. So how about Saul told his son and his attendants to kill David? Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan, he warned David and told David to stay in hiding. And he talked to David. He talked to Saul, told Saul that David was a good man. He was innocent. He's risked his life. He's been successful. Saul makes this vow that he will not kill David. Yeah. And he bring them two together. Everything is back peaches and cream. But get this, another war break out. David is successful and Saul gets jealous again. Yes. And he tries to kill David. But David escapes. And get this, his wife helps him to escape. He runs to Samuel. Samuel shelters him for a bit. Saul tries to chase him there, but everybody he sees start prophesying instead. Even Saul he started prophesying. Yeah, it's pretty interesting how God took care of that situation. And Saul was mad at his daughter, but his daughter lied and said that David threatened her. Yeah. So fast forward, David eventually goes to Jonathan and tells him what his father had done. Jonathan's like, no, he wouldn't do that. David had to tell him, listen, your dad know how close we are. He's not gonna tell you the truth. So they come up with this plan to prove that Saul really wanted to kill David. And yes, it got so bad that Saul wanted to kill his own son. That did not sit well with Jonathan. Jonathan was really hurt about that. But then later on, the next day he met with David through code, letting him know that his dad really wanted to kill him. And yeah, they embraced, they cried, and they parted ways in peace, swearing friendship. What do you do when someone is... But you know what the Bible would say? Is that God will send that evil spirit on Saul. So sometimes God is forcing us out of a situation, especially when you prayed about it and you fast about it. And David still loved him. I'm sure David fasted. He had to, because he still treated Saul with love. And you can't do that without God. And so, yeah, sometimes we're forced out of situations. Leaders, you need to check yourselves as well. So, yeah, check yourselves whether you're a leader or not. That jealousy spirit is real. So, guys, if you have any points that you like to add, please place them in the comments area. That's Points in the Bible, day number 91, 1 Samuel chapter 18 through chapter 20. You have a God-filled, blessed day.